Apex has just admitted a problem that seems to be worsening, and they also admitted how they're actively trying to fix it. That problem is overcomplicating the game with new legends and legend abilities. If there's one thing that makes Apex stand out, it's the fact that it is a battle royale with not only a shooter, but a hero-based shooter. This was definitely one of the first of its kind, and so many people really latched onto it for this specific reason. Well, in the early states of the game, we had many new legends added every single season. This was one of the biggest hypes or drawing points to a new season because we were always excited for the game to feel new and fresh, especially if that new legend was going to be meta. Well, at some point years ago, it's really been so long that I know these videos and articles exist and I could not find them everywhere because the algorithm and the search engines just want you to look at recent stuff, and so it's not showing anything like past 2 years ago. But there was a time when Respawn specifically had said that they are going to run into an issue with legends in the future because at the rate that they were currently going, the game is getting too saturated. It's got too many legends. It's too complicated. So this is when they came out and admitted, hey, there will be a time where we're going to have to stop adding new legends every single season. So I did find this from February of 2023, a little over a year ago, about a year and a half ago, where they revealed why season 16 did not have a new legend. This one was coming out right after Catalyst with season 15, but the game director had said, this year we're taking a hard look at how we could evolve the core gameplay experience to better match where players are today as either a new player joining Apex for the first time or a seasoned vet in the game. So as the game was continuing to get more and more legends, the game was increasingly getting complicated because there were so many moving parts, so many things to keep in mind, and so many things to consider when in a fight. You know, compared to back in the early days when the game was first released, there was only 8 legends. You basically knew the game like the back of your hand. So to finish this article up from over a year ago, they said on the same note, design director Evan Nicolich said that the pause is aimed at everyone being able to learn and master the new meta rather than trying to add new stuff again. But this will come in the form of changes to legend classification and major balancing adjustments. That was all years ago, but they would return to adding new legends in the future. Not only have they done that, and occasionally we will get a new legend, but now they're trying to take the old legends and start reviving them, reborn them. That way they can still get a quote new legend without having to actually add another legend to the game, which just complicates things even further. And before you say, well, League of Legends has so many different heroes and champions and Overwatch the same and all these other games, but I do think it's fair to mention they are totally different games, not with 60 players in a lobby. It's very different in a 5v5 when you can preemptively see what legend they are choosing and you know how to play based on that. You're playing a battle royale and you're fighting a team which you know what legend they're using, but then you're getting third party by a team which you don't know who they're using. It's just a little different. So that's the context as to where we got today with this article that was released by videogamer.com, and they did an interview with Respawn literally just in the last couple of days, and Apex admitted that there is a problem with Apex being too complicated. Here's what they said in quote. The article very specifically states that Apex Legends lead designer Devin McGuire revealed that they're trying very hard to make everything appeal to casual players, but admitted that there are too many complexities for some people to get a grip with it. This is once again the exact reason I told you that they stopped adding new legends over a year ago. This is why they do it every other season, you know, every once in a while rather than every single season. So that problem that they started to notice over a year ago is still worsening today by adding these new legends. So it makes it harder to keep the game feeling fresh, which is why they had to make such drastic changes, and we're now in a very different meta where it's very support heavy, might I say overpowered.
Naughty on the fucking left.
Oh, I'm in there.
Wait, bro.
You can't kill him.
Wait, new team.
No, I got him all done.
I'm gonna die to my own If I do, I'm sorry.
I'm going on the thing. What is happening? What is that? Wait. I think, what's going on? I can't see. I killed one on the new team. I killed him over there in the lifeline thing. The lifeline thing. I knocked him. I'm not anymore.
Let's tango, bitch!
One.
Holy fuck. That was
okay, I'm not gonna lie, low-key, that was so fun.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think there's a fucking world where like we ever survive that. Like
that was insane.
In any meta, in like
I'm telling you,
fucking
it's like
any
3
era.
strikes. It's literally just like 3 strikes.
But here's their strategy, and I actually think it's a pretty good one to fixing that problem and keeping it simple. So as well as making sure new characters released in an overpowered state, McGuire revealed that every tool needs to have a base level of simplicity, he quotes, to appeal to casuals and newcomers. McGuire explained that the extra complexity is a key area of concern for new characters and fresh reworks, but with this in mind, the team works to make sure new additions are instantly recognizable by casuals, even if they don't understand what they're actually doing. Quote, in general, when we're developing characters, we have pillars that we go after on the gameplay side. One of those pillars is the clarity of the utility of the action. You need to be able to, with any character, press your button, throw that element out into the world, and have a general idea of what it's good for and why I should use it and what opportunities it's going to give me, even if you don't see the full potential of that suite. Quote, the simplicity ends up being easier things so that the players can be creative. So with the recent one that they just did with Lifeline, McGuire explained that it was important to keep the basic nature of the character in place so that casuals could still benefit from the game's new complex mechanics. Quote, with Lifeline, we wanted to make sure that there wasn't any situation where you would press the button and nothing would happen. When you throw it, talking about the Doctrone, that if you didn't see a target on screen to auto assign, then it would immediately just go to you. He's still doing the area of effect healing that he's always had before, and it maintains that core level of simplicity. Now you may be thinking, oh, surely everybody does this. Well, that's not actually true. This is a little snippet from a game known as Deadlock, and we have a channel about Deadlock stuff if you want to go check it out. But in Deadlock, there are certain items that you can use where you can assign to yourself, assign to an enemy, assign to a teammate, whatever the case may be, and you actually have to manually decide what you want to do, even if there's no one around. So if you don't have an enemy to assign it to or a teammate to assign it to, you still have to use the ability and then click another button to assign it to yourself. But Apex is saying that's complicating their game too much, so they wanted to take a step away from that and have things automatically do stuff when it's practical. He also explained that it must be at least somewhat clear and understandable that the Apex team needs to be careful to remember what Apex is to make sure that, quote, the most successful ability have that clarity of purpose. The extra design fuel to kind of like make it extra cool always ends up being kind of overcomplicating the ability. But the simplicity ends up being the easier thing to do so that players can simply be creative. Very interesting to see how this all has tied back into the problem that they explained years ago and how they're still actively dealing with it. Personally, I think this is a good direction to go. I do think it makes the game still feel like a new legend has dropped. I wouldn't even be opposed to stopping new legend releases for a while and just keep massively revamping the ones we have. To stay up to date with all things inside of the world of Apex Legends, news, drama, stories, and more, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps out a ton, by the way. We've actually been seeing a lot of you guys subscribe again. My channel may or may not have been dead for a while, so I really appreciate it. I'm about to go get some Chick-fil-A. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, we'll see you all later.